This is your one and only 𝐈𝐸₻ with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another informational Valheim video. Today we're going to take a look at some more Hearth and Home spoilers. Let's get to it. So I want to start off with taking a look at last month's, they only did it like a few weeks ago. It was at the very end of the month dev update that they posted on Steam. Some of you may have saw it, some of you may not have. Either way, let's get some talking about it going on down there in the comments. So let's talk about what they posted. They posted two photos basically showing pretty much the same stuff. I didn't really notice anything too different between the two photos. It was kind of just a different view of a specific scene. And from that scene, we can see that there are gold piles, which it looks like there are two types of gold piles. One is like just a full, like smooth pile, and then the other is stacks of coins. This makes me wonder if it's a situation where like the more you add to it, the bigger it expands type deal. So if it starts out as the stacks and then eventually ends up being a pile of gold. There was a game that did this before that I've played, but I can't remember what it is right offhand, but that would be a pretty cool feature. And then the other thing that's very prominent in this is the new chests, the gold chests. So it looks like they're filled with rubies and they got gold overflowing in the top of them. It looks like they're going to operate just the same as a normal chest, with the exception that they just have a different look. How much they're going to hold, no idea. Then the other thing that is very noticeable in these photos is not only is there an iron gate, but there will now be iron walls or iron bars that you can use as walls, that it looks like. So that's going to be interesting. I thought it was weird that we had the iron gate before, but no bars to go along with it. But now it looks like we have the gate and we will also have bars. So we'll be able to make a full-on cell if we want to, like prison cell or whatever we want to do with them. I think it'll be a cool new feature. New build pieces are always a welcome thing. So was there anything I missed in these two photos that you saw? If so, let me know down there in the comments. What do you think about the gold, the new placeables gold thing? And what do you think about the new chest? Do you think it's going to hold more stuff? Do you think it's only going to hold gold and valuables, like a specific, it's made specifically for valuables type deal? Or do you think it'll be able to hold whatever? Let me know what you think. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, and it looks like a lot of people don't know that they did this, but they actually released a video talking about some of the food changes coming in Hearth and Home, and I will link that video down in the description. So if you want to check it out after watching this, hop down there and click it and check it out. So first off, I want to talk about the new items that they show in this. So they show black soup, says a perfect balance of sweetness and acidity. Then they go on to show boar jerky and wolf jerky, and we are going to come back to those in a second. But the first thing I want to talk about is the new colored icons and how they're changing some of the food. So as it stands now, it's a situation where the vegetarian stuff provides a little bit more stamina, and the more meat heavy stuff in the game provides more health. It's not a huge difference, but it's definitely there. They're changing that. So they're going to make things much varied in how much it gives of stamina and how much it gives to health. And that is indicated by the little fork symbols over top of the foods. So a white fork indicates that it is balanced between health and stamina. A yellow fork indicates that it is higher in stamina, and a red fork will indicate that it is higher in health. And you can see there's a pretty decent difference between the two. When we take a look at the black soup, it's 50 health, only 10 stamina. Gives way more health than it does stamina. If we take a look at the blood pudding, you can see there is a massive difference between health and stamina, only giving you 14 health and 70 stamina. So there's going to be big differences there on which food you're going to want to eat for what you're doing or how you're going to balance food. I like that. I like that there was a touch of that already in the game. I like that they're driving that home even more in the Hearth and Home update. The other thing that they're going to do is they are removing the food bar, and now we're just going to get countdown timers that will be highlighted over top of the food, so we know that how much longer we have on said food. And then of course it will flash and blink as it's running out like it does now. Still going to do that, but we actually have a timer so we can see how much is left. Now I noticed in the video I was paying attention to the health in the different scenes, and it does look like the health will still continue and stamina will still continue to tick down over time. So that mechanic is staying in there, and you can tell I'm not too happy about that because I hate that mechanic. But at least now with the actual timers, it should be much easier to manage your food overall. It also appears that the food is going to last a little longer than it normally does right now, at least for some of the what I assume are lower level foods, and that leads me into going back to the jerky. So there's boar jerky and wolf jerky. I would assume those are going to take a new type of cooking thing. I would assume it's going to take a type of drying rack. Usually in pretty much every survival game where you make jerky, you do it over some type of drying rack, at least in all of the survival games that I have played. So I assume they're going to do the same. They may make it in the cooking pot, although that seems weird to me that you would make it in a cooking pot. I would really like to see some new type of cooking thing. Like especially, I mean, a drying rack, I would like to see it because it makes sense. But anyway, I digress. From those, I would assume that the boar jerky, because you get boar meat relatively early, it lasts 30 minutes. So I would assume that that is a early on thing, and it has a nice long time. So it looks like it may be a situation where a lot of these have longer times now, even the early game foods, because as it stands now, a lot of those early game foods are like 5, 10, 15 minutes. They're not very long, and you're just eating them over and over and over and over again, and it's super annoying. So having them last like 30 minutes, even if they don't give a ton of nutritional value, that's the other thing that leads me to believe the boar jerky is an early game food, because if you take a look at it, it's only 20 health and 20 stamina. That's relatively early game values for this game. Well, as it is now, could change in Hearth and Home, but as it is now, that's early game values, and it lasts 30 minutes. I think that's great. I love that change. I'm excited for that. So let me know what you guys think about all of this info down in the comments section. Are you excited for the new changes to the food system? Do you agree that that the boar jerky and the wolf jerky are going to be early game foods? And do you like the fact that they have increased timers from what we see from this video? What do you think about the food bar going away and the new timers showing? And what do you think about them leaving in the whole it ticks down over time? Well, your health ticks and stamina tick down over time deal. Do you like that mechanic? Do you not like that mechanic? Yeah, just talk about it. Let's talk about it down in the comments. I love reading them. I love talking to you all about stuff. All right. That's it. I'm going to stop rambling on. We're going to wrap it up there. It's a short, sweet video. Once again, I'll link their video down in the description. Hop over there, check it out. If you found this video informational and helpful, consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. I want to give an absolutely massive shout out and thank you to my supporters on Patreon for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.